Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday lunchtime. I am sure you gals and guys have been working hard today, and I'm so glad you've joined me for lunch. I always try to give you a little bit of a break and give you some creativity in the middle of your day and in the middle of your week. So I am Colleen Magness. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm on the east coast of Virginia, and been a demonstrator for 20 years. So needless to say, I love to create, and I love to be with others. And today, I am going to be showing you a fun, simple card from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle that is on page 48. And then I'm going to tell you about some exciting things going on with Stampin' Up! So this is my live. Give everybody a minute or two to come on, and then we are going to get rolling. See, I hear the clock chiming downstairs. My husband made me a Christmas gift. We have been married 40 years, which is hard to believe, and we had nothing when we started. He had the stereo, I had the albums, and I think we had a bed. That was like all you needed, because I had about 50 houseplants that were gorgeous, so we looked fully furnished. But he promised me every year for Christmas he would make me something, and he has. My house is fully furnished with gorgeous furniture, and that is my clock downstairs chiming. Of course, it just stopped. Well, it went off 12 times, and I talked the entire time. So anyways, I am going to show you how to make this beautiful card. So this card was inspired by a gal named Chris Smith, and I changed it up just a little bit, but I thought it was so pretty and so soft. So I am going to show you how to make this card. Sharon, good morning, Sharon. She just popped on. Sharon actually made this card because Tanya Reed, a very dear friend of mine, we just did a world card making event called Creative Escape this past Saturday. And it was a full day from 10 till 4. They made 8 projects. We did 3 stamping presentations. They had lunch. It was a great day, and we are looking forward to doing another one after the holidays. So this was one of the cards, but again, I have a Pretty Pumpkins class coming up, so I definitely wanted to share the pumpkins and tell you again about my class. So hello, Lisa, and hello, Gwen. So what I want to tell you about first, let me explain the bundle to you. In the Pretty Pumpkins bundle, it is on page 48, and it is a beautiful set. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa was there too, and she said it was an awesome event. So glad you came, Lisa. We're already looking forward to the next one. But the Pretty Pumpkins, this pumpkin here sold me because I love the leaves on the pumpkin. But it is a rubber stamp set and the clean rubber, and with the stamp set comes the dies. Now, one of the flaws of having only so much real estate in a catalog, this is what the dies look like in the mini catalog, and it really does not show you a lot. So let me show you. I always like cutting out the dies and then displaying them on a piece of paper, because now you can see the dies. So they actually, whenever you look at a mini catalog or an annual catalog, if the image is highlighted in kind of a vanilla color, that means there is a die that goes with it. So you have these pumpkins, and the dies match. So what I did is I stamped them, of course, and they cut out. And then you have these standalone dies, and I love the texture on this one. So you actually have the pumpkin dies and the stamp set together as a bundle. So some of the other products that I'm going to be using, I'll tell you about. These, I absolutely love. These are the Ornate Layers. And I don't know how you keep track of your dies, but this is what really helps me on mine, because I can look at this and that tells me pretty much nothing. But I cut the image out from the catalog, and I actually put the picture of the dies in the die packet. So when I'm looking at them, I can just flip it over and make sure that those are the ones that I need to create with. So that's just a little tip to give you, and I hope it'll help you. One of the other things that I'm using on this Pale Papaya piece, I used the Tasteful Textile folder. And I love texture, and it definitely gives just the right amount of texture to the background of my card. But talking about those ornate layer dies, let me show them to you. Because again, they are gorgeous. So with them, that you have 8 different dies. Some can be layered together, but they're great because the detail alone, I think, is just what makes the card. And then these are pieces that you could stamp on a larger piece, but the detail is in here. I actually combined this one with this, just laying it in the center. And this piece here could actually go in the center of here or here. But of course, you can also stamp words and images on these pieces. So again, this is the Ornate Layer dies, and that's what I'm also using on the project. Hey, Diane and Steph, I'm glad y'all could pop on in. So here are the pieces that I have right here. And basically you're gonna need a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of Very Vanilla. You will need the 4.5 inch Ornate Layer piece, a scrap of Calypso Coral, the 5.25 by 4 Pale Papaya, and again, that was embossed already with the Tasteful Textile folder. Our brass foil is really pretty with this also. So I've already die cut the brass foil pumpkin and then some of the leaves. And I cut those in Pure Pizzazz. So to create your card, again, this is what your card looks like. Put it in the screen there. You are going to take your Ornate Layer and the Pure Pizzazz ink, and in the top left corner, we are going to stamp So Thankful for You. And pull it down. I like to get on top of it. Hopefully you have quite a few people that you could send that to. And then just to give a little bit of a haze around the pumpkin, I am going to take our blending brush and still keep them with the Pure Pizzazz ink. I'm just going to tap it, give it a little rub there, and I'm just going to very lightly give a little bit of, again, that haze, kind of where my words are. I'm trying to keep it off of the edges here, and really when you look at it, you don't see much of that corner anyways. But the blending brushes are nice, and again, they just give you a very smooth texture. All right, I gotta do a little more. It's kind of fun. So let me see. And then when I'm doing it, keep in mind, it has a very thin neck. So I like to put my finger on the brush and then go around. And always start light, and then you can apply pressure. So you don't get the texture of these little hairs or whatever they are in there. So I have this piece here, and I can go ahead and start layering part of my card. Again, I have the 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of Very Vanilla. I'm going to fold that in half and grab my bone folder and give it a good crease. And then I'm going to take the 5.25 by 4 Pale Papaya and go ahead and mount that to my card base. Oh, sorry, that would drive me crazy. It's not straight enough. You probably didn't notice, but I did. Okay, much, much better. So I will put this right here, and then I am actually going to take this piece and I am going to pop it up with my dimensionals. So let me put a few on here. But again, I am loving the Ornate Layers. Just, again, very detailed, and I didn't have to do so much. So let me check my comments. Hey, Julie, I'm glad you popped in. So Lisa said, when using the blending brushes, you don't start off the piece in cardstock like you do when sponging. You don't start off the piece of cardstock. Some people, Lisa, I'm trying to think what you're asking, so if I don't answer the question, let me know. Some people, when they're sponging, they will start off and then come on, but since I was doing it in the middle, I give a little tap, because if you notice, when you just do straight ink and you're going to come down, you can get the pattern. I don't know if you can see that. You can actually get like the pattern of the brush, but what you really want is a soft image. So I find I just give a light tap to get some of the ink off of that, but if you just start very light and then come down with some pressure, let me see if I can even do it coming straight up. Yes, I think that's the trick when you blend. Again, some people like to start off, but I really find if you start very light and then apply your pressure, you're not going to get the ink that is just sitting on that piece there. So start light, then apply your pressure, keeping your finger here. And that's how I get the really soft image. So hopefully that answered your question. If not, let me know. Oh, I saw a little thumbs up, so maybe that was. Okay, one of the other things that I wanted to do, for my pumpkin, if I put it on there, you're going to see through it. So I wanted to back it with something. So what I ended up doing was, I took the die that cut this pumpkin, and I used the outline. So it cut a green pumpkin from here, but with this outline, I went ahead and just traced it with a pencil on that piece of Calypso coral. And this way, that's going to give me my color behind my pumpkin, and I'm not worried about that stem. So you can just go ahead and cut on the line, and this way I'm not going to see through my pumpkin. And I like the extra color, especially how this Calypso coral works with the brass gold foil. Okay. So I put it on there to make sure all your edges are not showing, which I'm fine there. And then a little bit of liquid glue. So again, you don't have to worry about cutting the stem because the stem will be seen from the foil piece. And then I'll just put these two together and give it just a moment to dry. And I don't know if you know this, if you ever get the liquid glue on your foil, if you just take a little bit of a paper towel or a napkin while it's still wet, that's damp, you can just wipe off the foil and you won't have that dull part of the glue on there. So that's another little trick for you. So here I have my pumpkin, and now I'm going to go back to my Pierre Pizzazz, and I find it's easier not using the blending brush on this, but using a sponge dauber. With the sponge dauber, I'm just going to lightly take my leaves, and I want to sponge those edges so that I can get a little bit of depth on there. They're not just the flat green. Doris popped in. Hey, Doris. Ooh, gorgeous day in Wisconsin. Good for you. We're a little overcast today in Virginia, but I'm okay with some overcast days. We have a chance of rain, but I don't think it's supposed to be a washout at all. I find anytime he says it's going to rain, I wait to see it rain because a lot of times they just don't get it right. But it's overcast, but it's beautiful. I think Virginia always has a gorgeous fall season, and that is my favorite season of all. Okay, so now that I have this, I can either take my adhesive or I can take a glue dot, either one. And I will take one of my leaves, a little paper slipping all over. I can take one of my leaves here, and this one I'm just going to put on the pumpkin. Get a little bit of a leaf there. And then actually, I can put this down so I know where I am putting my other leaves. So I'm going to take 2 dimensionals and put them on the back of my pumpkin. And I'll put them in here. Let me put it right there. Okay. And keep in mind, remember my rule of thumb, I never put anything down. Don't push it down till it's exactly where you want it. These are easy enough. I think I will take, you know what I want to do too? Let me have my bone folder. Just give a little bit of a bend there. I could actually bend it up. Well, let me put one leaf here. I will put another one over here on the left. Put that there. I can even put that like it's on top of it a little bit. And then put another one. So Stephanie asked about the shipping. Do we need to start buying earlier than normal? Honestly, Stephanie, when I see, yes, let me just say yes. When I see what's going on with post office, UPS, we know the headache that they had last year when everybody starts shipping. Christmas is coming. I definitely recommend buying early. I haven't seen any delays with ups. They have been good so far. but it's just the way things are. I mean, I know I have started my Christmas shopping because they're saying you might not even be able to get certain things because the, the shipping delays. They're just trying to get it in. And Stampin' Up! Is experiencing some of that. And let me give y'all a quick tip here. With Stampin' Up!, in the past, if something went on back order, they would allow 2,000 units to still be ordered on back ordered before they turned the number off. And I think that's pretty generous because that's extra shipping they have to pay on 2,000 items. Well, they have changed that starting October 1st, and after only 1,000 items on back order, which I still think is quite a bit, they are going to turn the number off. So if you see Stampin' Up! Items even that you want, don't delay in getting them. Really, you just need to try to get them as soon as you can. And unfortunately, it's not just Stampin' Up! It's just the way of the world. So there's my front. And of course, the pumpkin that sold me on this, that I had to have right from the start, is the one with the leaves. And I just like to put a little pumpkin in the bottom right corner, and I'm doing that with my pale papaya. So here we have your card already done. And again, quick and easy, I believe. Because in the Ornate Layers frames, the dies really do make it. So that is your card, but I want to tell you about a couple other things. My October class is featuring the pretty pumpkins. So I do the class online, and I also do it in person. So the class is going to be October 29th at my house at 10 o'clock. And I live in the Great Bridge area of Chesapeake. So you will make 4 upscale cards. You always see special folds, techniques, different things. And the cost of the class of 4 cards and the stamp set, because you need the stamp set with it, is only $36. Now, if you want to include it as a bundle, where you get the dies too, and I highly recommend it because the dies are great, then it's only $64. So that is for the entire bundle and the 4 cards. Now, one of the things we're going to be doing here is we're going to be coloring with blends in the class. So you will need to have Bermuda Bay, Pumpkin Pie, and Old Olive blends. So you may get those. You can add them to your class if you don't already have them for just $9 a set. I'm not charging shipping, handling, or tax. And if you have some colors of blends and you really want to add to them, I'll allow you to get up to 5 sets of blends at that price, at just the initial price of $9. So I have all that going on for October 29th. I do send the information out in my newsletter. It's creatingwithcolleen.com, and I need to check my newsletter because I may have put the old date. The original date, I was going to do it on the 22nd, but the dies are on back order. So they should be coming in next week, and I just had to give ample time for Stampin' Up! To get them and me to get them for the class. So again, it's Friday, October 29th at 10 o'clock. If you cannot make the class or you want to do the class in the comfort of your own home, you will receive all the projects and the products that you get, and you will have videos to complete each card. So I will actually make the cards with you on a video, and you may pick up your packets or I can ship them to you for an additional $8. Also, the clearance rack. Stampin' Up! Has a clearance rack that they put items on, and today we just had a refresh. So the clearance rack refresh, you go there, some items are marked up to 60% off. So if your order is less than $150 and you want to stock up on some things, please use this host code, REHRC9BK. I could never remember that, but at least I wrote it down. So that is the host code if you would use. And of course, I'll send you a beautiful thank you card for blessing me with your order. And also, please make sure when you check out that you are shopping with Colleen Magness. I don't know why, but something with the website, sometimes it switches you up, and it wouldn't be with me. So I love your support and would love to make sure you're shopping with me. The next thing, last but not least, we have this tag set. They featured on page 7, but Stampin' Up! Is not including kits in the catalog. They kind of tease you with a picture, but you have to go online for the kit. I also put this in my newsletter. I had the item number and everything written down. Oh, forgive me. I'll post it on here as soon as we're done. But with the kit, this is available today, and I'm sure they are going to sell out quick. So you have all the tags in here. You get your tags. It's an all-inclusive kit. You get your stamp set, the embellishments, the dies, just really, really cute. So this one here just became available today on page 7 of the mini catalog. And again, as soon as we're done, I will post the item number in the comments section. But I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. I always enjoy my time with you. Let me check some of my comments here. Thank you, Stacy and Steph. They really like it. I saw some chatter going on. So apparently, I think this is so cool that Stephanie has made a new friend. And I think it was Wisconsin, wasn't it? So Doris is from Wisconsin. Looks like Stephanie is too. And maybe they just made good friends. It's always the best thing about Stampin' Up! Is that the friendships that come together from it. Stephanie, you'll have to go visit Doris when you're in town. So again, thank you for joining me. It was somewhat of a quick lunch because really it was a quick, easy card. But join me next Wednesday at noon Eastern Time as we create again. I will have some fun items for you to see. And again, I thank you for all your support. If you don't already get my newsletter, creatingwithcolleen.com, please request it. And I hope to see you at the Pretty Pumpkins class. I promise you some awesome cards that you will create. So thanks so much, and you all just have a blessed day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.